And we move on now to 165. Kamdyn Munro, the redshirt freshman for UTC, against Gaetano for the Blue Devils. And off we go here at 165. Munro, 10 bonus points this year for UTC. That's tied for the most on the team against Console for Duke. Console, one of the 3 Duke captains this year. 3 quick points on the takedown there for Munro. And now the reversal back to neutral. Console on the board. Console, man, he's really been wrestling well for the Blue Devils. Won an 8-2 decision last time out. He's been close in a lot of matches recently, but just looking to get to his offense a little bit quicker, says Glenn Lanham, the head coach. And once he gets to that offense, be on the attack. Wrestle hard for 7 minutes, according to the Blue Devil head coach. Find a way to just stay locked in and engaged. And that's what Coach Lanham's looking for, talking to us prior to the match. Said, just looking for somebody to get that big win, to, as he called it, to use his word, be a dog. Find a way to get that come from behind win or get that win in general, and use that as the springboard, not just for your individual season, but to try to get the team on the board as well. Duke trailing 21-0 in this duel. Meanwhile, Munro, according to Coach Russell, Guy is a redshirt freshman who has just a ton of variety on offense, and that's evident by the 10 bonus points that he's procured this year. But needs to be one of those guys that grows quickly as a redshirt freshman. And like so many younger wrestlers, the key for Munro has been being more consistent. We talked a lot about that, Coach Russell and I did, prior to the match today. And, you know, we talked about the bliss of being a young wrestler. You don't know what you don't know, right? Don't know that you're not supposed to be able to compete, or that you're not supposed to win all the time. And he said, you know, not to worry. That's the message he's preaching about to his team. Not worry about getting your hand raised. Just worry about getting better each and every time. And belief. Just believe in yourself, because, you know, it's harder. And he made the great point. You know, he's everybody in wrestling now, one of the 10% of guys who has the opportunity to wrestle in college. In high school, everybody is good. But now you want a 10% of guys, everybody is good now too. And so you got to use those days in the room to get better. 20 seconds to go in this first period. 3-1 lead for Munro. Back to neutral there. Munro able to fight out of it. 5 seconds to go, first period. And a 3-1 lead for Munro at the end of the opening period. Console chooses down. And with Munro being one of those redshirt freshmen, a guy that was in the program last year, there's 1 point on the escape for Console to make it a 1-point contest. And Coach said physically a lot of these guys are where they need to be. Obviously, still going to mature as they continue through their collegiate career. Difference in a redshirt freshman and a senior, certainly. But said now it's just the mental side for these guys, which is a lot of the parts that nobody talks about. It's the learning how to compete in the environment. Learning how to fight off attacks, learning when to take your shots. This is a proud program at UTC with multiple conference championships and NCAA appearances. Out to the 21-0 lead here tonight. This is a proud program at UTC with multiple conference championships and NCAA appearances. Out to the 21-0 lead here tonight. And Munro leading this 165 weight class bout, 3-2 with a minute to go in the second period. Console was looking for a shot there. Munro fights it off. They get back to neutral here. Under 30 seconds left. A little bit of a feeling out process. It feels like both these guys not quite wanting to make a mistake here in the final 20 seconds of the period. You saw Munro go low there, take a shot. Console fighting it off. Five seconds to go here in this second period in a 1-point, tightly contested bout here. Console, who won his last match, 8-2. Trying to get a point there at the buzzer. Didn't get it. He's down 1 as we go to the third period. Munro chooses down. Munro is 6-1 in duels this year, 11-4 overall. But Console, the sophomore, after a 5-6 campaign a year ago, already has 9 wins this year. A chance to get into double figures if he can come from behind and win this one and get Duke on the board. 1 point there on the escape from Munro. That's a 2-point advantage now for the redshirt freshman from Savannah, Georgia. Console attacking low. Munro fights it off. Again going for the takedown. And nearly a fall here. Our official looking on closely. Munro getting closer here. Console trying to fight out of it. Final minute of this third period. It's a 7-2 lead now for Munro as the lead is growing. 4 more points now. And what was a 1-point bout, there's the 1 point for the escape for Console. What was a 1-point bout is ballooned now to an 11-3 lead for Munro as we approach the final half minute of this third period. And when you hear coaches talk about finishing, that's kind of what they're talking about there. You know, Blue Devils were right in this match until those moments, and it's just about wrestling hard, as Coach Lanham said, for 7 minutes, about finishing the match. 15 seconds to go, third period. Five seconds left, and another win for UTC. There's 3 points in the takedown for Console, so a little bit of momentum at the end of the match, but it'll be another win for Gaetano Munro here at 165. He gets his 12th victory of the season, an 11-6 victory. And we move on